Hey everyone, this is a presentation which will go over WACEO as an organization and what our purpose and mission is, enabling the decentralized future. So let's begin by asking the question, what is a DAO? Well, the word or acronym DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And this is an organization which lives on the internet. There's no central management as it's regulated by smart contracts, which are automated enforceable rules that are connected to a public blockchain so that everyone can see what these rules are and also see the effects of these rules. There's complete transparency. And these rules can govern the assets on the blockchain that the organization can manage. It can also manage the governance through voting and different voting mechanisms as well. There's a lot of different functionalities that these smart contracts can have that can help them organize and manage themselves as organizations. Every user on the DAO will have authority, typically through a crypto asset, a governance token, to be able to vote on the policies that guide the DAO. So what are the purposes of DAOs? Well, DAOs are a new way to organize, and they bring people together from different countries, walks of life, in order to fulfill the purpose that that DAO has been created for. And this purpose can change over time as well. The decentralized decision-making enables anyone from anywhere with internet access to be able to support the organization moving forward with their time and resources. And the applications of DAOs are endless, they're limitless, and they can be used in any and every industry. And over time, we're going to see a lot more DAOs developing as it's quite a novel way to organize, and it allows you to quickly join organizations where you might not have had the chance to, and also you can have a direct impact as you are the owner of the organization as well as the worker in the organization. So let's look at how big this industry is. If you look at the report, the research paper that was done by UCM and Harvard, there were approximately 1,600 DAOs at the start of 2020. And this has definitely exploded if you think about the DeFi summer that just happened in 2020, where a lot of people started to get involved in the decentralized finance. You'll see that the number of DAOs that are in existence has definitely multiplied. DAOs as an industry, when you're looking at the size and capital locked in, right now there is over 12 billion. This is actually old. And it shows you how big the industry is growing over time. So one of the most important things about DAOs is that they empower individuals. It allows for individuals to choose where they put their time and resources a lot easier than beforehand, and it makes companies and initiatives more accessible. So for example, DAOs can create an Uber alternative run and managed by its drivers. So it's more common based in that sense. And the distribution of voting can be proportional to the revenue contribution. And in this way, it brings back the power to individuals so that they can compete with the sophistication of big corporations and also attempt to do things differently. You've got the community management and decision-making aspect of DAOs as well, where people maybe in a local area could also vote on policies directly instead of just relying on politicians as middlemen. And this is done through the reduction of what's called as the agency theory, where typically stakeholders are represented by managers. However, in a DAO, because of the information symmetry that's created through the blockchain, where it uses smart contracts and everything is visible, it reduces that information asymmetry and allows the workers to become the owners as well and the managers as well. And in that sense, it empowers them even further as well and creates more transparency and more effective decision making too. So, what is the big issue regarding DAOs? Well, one of the biggest issues facing DAOs is seen in corporate law, in that DAOs do not have legal standing and are not recognized in legal entities in majority of jurisdictions. And until they're given legal standing as an organization, this means that DAOs as constituent members can be held jointly and severably liable if any other member of the organization finds themselves in a legal situation where they have to pay damages for a crime or a tort issue or fiduciary issue. This will affect all of the other members of the DAO, and most of them are aware of this, this legal issue that they are facing. Furthermore, as DAOs are borderless, as anyone with internet access can actually join a DAO, this means that sometimes it's uncertain what jurisdictions will actually apply to the DAO, and it makes it difficult to operate internationally. So we've heard a lot about DAOs. What about WACEO? Well, WACEO as an organization, it's a non-profit association. It was established in 2018 with the goal of helping decentralized organizations to operate in compliance with regulatory frameworks. And WACEO seeks to provide DAOs with the tools necessary to be in good legal standing and acknowledged as legal entities. And it does this by pooling members' expertise from different DAOs and also different organizations to jointly lobby for their interests with regulators. WACEO currently has 3 committees. It has the Tokenomics Committee, which creates policies around the general purpose of the tokenomic model of the DAO to make sure it fits its use case. It has the Market Watch and Governance Committee, where all stakeholders to make sure all stakeholders are represented properly and that proper governance practices are applied. And this committee also works on doing different case studies as well. And then also we have the Legal and Regulatory Affairs Committee, which creates contracts, policies, and template procedures to help the stakeholders work within DAOs, and the ones that work with them too, have regulatory clarity whilst continuing to innovate in this space. So you've heard about WACEO structure. What are the benefits of being part of WACEO? Well, first of all, you receive updates and guidance on evolving best legal practices for DAOs. There's arbitration, mediation, and conflict resolution for DAO members too. And you gain access to a suite of legal professionals and tools while shaping the future of blockchain industry as we advise regulators on the best course of action that protect consumers whilst ensuring that this community, this technology, this space can continue to innovate moving forward. What are the services that we provide? Well, the main one that we provide is an audit where we deliver a legal and regulatory audit called ALARA. Well, shortened as LARA, to the stakeholders involved in the DAO during their formation and management of the project. And on top of this as well, once we've provided them with this, we provide them with a compliant decentralized governance roadmap and supervise the stakeholders in the form of template contracts, policies, and procedures to ensure that the stakeholders are in line with the law and minimize legal risks. We also provide training as well and consultation to different stakeholders that wish to utilize and understand decentralized financial services, such as asset tokenization, decentralized finance, NFTs, and CBDCs as well. And last but not least, we support with arbitration too. Through our unique dispute resolution mechanism, we partner with different organizations to even deliver decentralized dispute resolution as well. So how does a DAO join WACEO? Well, the two main ways is either a DAO approaches us or we approach the DAO too. And mainly we are looking to work with DAOs that want to become legally compliant. Well, that's their goal. And we support them with that process by organizing a LARA. And during the LARA, WACEO looks over the structure of the DAO and lists the risks that they're facing and proposals to deal with the risks in line with the law. After that, the DAO can ask for us for feedback on the audit. And then once the DAO has accepted that everything is in order, then the DAO can actually join WACEO as a member and be able to receive all the benefits of being a WACEO member. So this is an overview of how WACEO is organized as an association. You've got the DAOs on one side, WACEO in the middle, and you've got the service provider on the other side. And as we said, WACEO is creating a trusted environment where competent service providers can provide services to DAOs that want to be compliant. And because majority of DAOs don't have legal entities, WACEO can act as an agent and represent the DAO on behalf of the DAO and contract with the service provider. In this sense, the DAO is able to get a trusted organization to be able to handle their services. And if there are any issues with the service provider, there is a dispute resolution board that will be able to deal with this to ensure the highest standard whenever the DAO is being received a service. The service provider can join WACEO after committing to the WACEO manifesto and also sign in the WACEO membership agreement. And the service provider membership agreement ensures that the service provider provides professional and legal services to a high standard. Also, the service providers that we partner with commit to ensuring that DAOs are on the road to compliant decentralized governance as well, and work with us to be able to do so. Service providers and the WACEO. So WACEO invites service providers to its community in order to deliver various services. So this can be, and it's not included to, but it's not limited to, sorry, but includes legal services. So this includes incorporation, dispute resolution as well, and then technical legal work as well. So this is one of the areas that we're really pushing for, the ability to use smart contracts in order to show compliance. And then other businesses services as well, such as accountants and marketing and so forth. These are the type of service providers that are already looking to work with WACEO. And what are the benefits of becoming a member service provider? Well, first you get the WACEO badge of approval. which will definitely act as a marketing tool and increase the reputation of the service provider. You get direct access to a community of DAOs looking for legal and business and technical services. And you get to deal with clients that are already on the road to regulatory compliance. So the main requirements of becoming a service provider is a good reputation and a keen interest in the development of law and technology, and the non-compete clause as well, where the service provider commits to working with DAOs that are in WACEO that have a roadmap to decentralized, compliant decentralized governance. So who works at WACEO? Well, mainly a field of experts who have built DAOs for almost half a decade, legal professionals with expertise in cutting-edge digital fields, and lobbyists who have direct lines of communication with regulators. In the current regulatory landscape, a lot is changing, especially in the corporate law frameworks. As you can see, there are different blockchain legal company types that are starting to develop. And one of the most recent ones is in Wyoming, where DAOs can be legal entities if they are domiciled there locally. So we are having already some innovation pushing in the right direction. So what is WACEO's mission? Well, we ultimately don't know the full extent of the potential of DAOs, but we do know that decisions today will greatly affect the future due to the nature of legal precedent. And that's why we are looking to align DAOs as tightly to law and regulation as possible, with the understanding that, of course, it's a different type of company that we've never had before, and to ensure that the full understanding of the DAOs are made known to different stakeholders, from regulators to service providers as well. To that end, we want to create a regulatory framework which is flexible and enhances DAOs' ability to function instead of limiting their activities. And we want to create a safe environment where DAOs and service providers can communicate and work together. In conclusion, DAOs are a very, very exciting new organizational structure that can and will and have already revolutionized every aspect of people working together. Given the novelty of this industry, the legal framework governing the space is unclear, and WACEO will support creating the clarity that's necessary moving forward. Thank you so much for listening. We've been WACEO. I've been Nathan Vandy, head of the Legal and Regulatory Affairs Committee, and we're looking forward to working with you, providing the road to regulatory clarity in the DeFi industry. Thank you so much.